Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll show you how to use HubSpot forms to register people for your Livestorm events. Your registrants will automatically be created as contacts in HubSpot, allowing you to track participation after your events, such as attendance, duration, number of asked questions, and poll responses. This data can be used in HubSpot to create lists based on registration, participation, replay viewing, and attendance at on-demand events. I'll cover two methods: how to register people for a single session event using a HubSpot registration form, and how to register people for recurring events with multiple sessions using a HubSpot form. Let's see how to do so. First, I'll show you how to register people for a single session event using a HubSpot registration form. 3 steps must be completed. Create a custom single-line text property to store the Livestorm session ID, create a HubSpot form with the Livestorm session ID, and create a HubSpot workflow triggered by the form submission. The first step is to create a custom property for your contacts to store the Livestorm session ID. To do this, go to CRM, navigate to Contacts, then Actions, and click on Edit Properties. Click on Create Property and fill in the fields with the following data. Set the object type to Contact. Under Group, choose Contact Activity. For the label, enter Livestorm session ID. Click on Next, then select single-line text under Field Type and click Next again. Under Property Visibility, ensure you have selected Show in Forms, Pop-up Forms, and Bots, then click on Create. Finally, ensure the property is a single-line text type and belongs to the Contact Activity group. The second step is to create a new HubSpot form and add the Livestorm session ID property to it. Go to Marketing, then Forms, and create a new form. Inside Contact Properties, find the Livestorm session ID property and add it to your form. Make sure to hide the field from the person filling out the form. Then, go to your Livestorm account, copy the session ID of your event, and paste it into the default value field in HubSpot. Now that you've created your HubSpot form, the third step is to create a workflow triggered by the form submission. Whenever someone submits the form, it will automatically register them for your event. Go to Automations, then Workflows, and create a new workflow. Configure the trigger so that when someone submits your registration form, it will automatically perform an action. To do so, you need to add the registration form you've just created. Then, you need to add an action. Click on Create Livestorm Registrant under Integrated Apps, select the Livestorm session ID property you've created before, and paste your Livestorm API key. If your workflow looks like this, you can click on Review and publish it. Now, let's see how to register people for multiple session recurring events using a HubSpot registration form. You need to follow 3 steps. Create a custom drop-down select property to store the Livestorm session IDs, create a HubSpot form with the Livestorm session IDs, and create a HubSpot workflow triggered by the form submission. Follow the same process as explained before to create a new contact property. Set the object type to Contact and choose Contact Information under the group. This time, remember that the label will appear on your registration form, so make sure it's meaningful for the user. For example, you might use Choose Your Session. On the next page, in the internal value column, paste the session ID corresponding to each date and time. Assign labels that represent the date and time options for your different event sessions. Keep in mind that the label field will be visible on your registration form. Make sure the property is enabled for forms and pop-ups as before, and then proceed to create it. Finally, ensure this property is configured as a drop-down select type and is categorized under the Contact Information group. The second step is to create a new HubSpot form and add the property field you've just created. Proceed as explained before and add the Choose Your Session property. Make sure you can see all your sessions on the left panel. Now that you've created your HubSpot form, the last step is to create a workflow triggered by the form submission. The process is the same as before, but this time you'll need to add an action called Copy Property to transfer the internal value from the event session drop-down to the Livestorm session ID field. Once your workflow is set up this way, you can review and publish it. When someone submits the form, they will be registered for the session they chose. That's it. You're all set. Thank you for watching.